Welcome back to Let's Talk Harlingen. I'm Mayor Norma Sepulveda.
And I'm Cassandra Concilio.
We're here to keep you updated, informed, and connected to your city.
Let's get into it.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Harlingen. This is episode 6 of Let's Talk Harlingen, where we are taking a deep dive into all the departments within the city of Harlingen to tell you about all the great work that's happening behind the scenes. And I'm so excited that we are welcoming back Cassandra, my beautiful co-host. How are you doing, Cassandra?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. I took a week off, but I'm glad to be back to the routine of coming to work.
Awesome. So what'd you do?
We went to the beach. We had a little bit of family bonding time. I was like, whoa, okay, 3 kids. I forgot 24/7. But
they're calling me from work.
I gotta go. There's an emergency meeting. But I did what a lot of families in Harlingen do. It's go to the Harlingen Public Library because they recently renovated the children's area and it's so cute in there. And so I had to check it out for myself. Our children's our children's grandma, my husband's mom, my mother-in-law, she takes them a lot. So shout out to Nana. She takes them to the Harlingen Public Library all the time. They have tons of events, and they have events like really cute. Like, people come in, do creativity events. They do reading events. So we love it. We go there all the time, or my kids go there all the time. So this time I was like, okay, I'm going. And it was cool. And it was cool being there as a mom, not as an employee, so it was neat. It was a fun event.
Awesome. Yeah, I know we just went to the ribbon cutting recently and it was great. Fantastic. It's beautiful. The mural in there is just fantastic. Very, the detail that went into the children's center is pretty amazing. But we're going to hear a little bit more, and I'm glad that you brought it up because we have our special guest, and that is Duana from the library, the director out there, and she's just doing such great work. But, before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about what's happening here in Harlingen. What's going on?
Well, we have a lot. Delma and I talk about it in our city videos, and we're always like, whoa, that and that and that. There's a lot happening. But I want to remind everybody about the visitor center here downtown. So it's the DID building. It's 209 West Jackson, and we have merch for sale. We have T-shirts, we have Yetis, we have regular mugs, we have stickers, I have golf balls, we have pickleball paddles, we have all tons of fun stuff. So I wanted to remind everybody that you can come by, come get some Harlingen merch and rep your city. And I think downtown even has some really cute items that they have in our store. So if you want a downtown t-shirt, you can get one of those too. And just come by 209 West Jackson Street. Don't forget. And you can also come in here. You can get a city guide, stuff like that. We can tell you what's happening. So that's really what I wanted to remind everybody. Come by the downtown visitor center.
Awesome. And so what time do you open?
Yeah, so we're 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We're pretty much like any other city building. And we're not open Saturdays, but so right now it's just 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. And we have really cute stuff. So got to come in.
I think that's cool. That's important for the community to know because every single time, when I'm around Harlingen and I'm dressing down, you'll see me with a Harlingen t-shirt, or I'll have a Harlingen cap when I'm out on the field with the kids and that kind of thing. And people always ask me, hey, I'll really like that cap. Where can I get one? And before, there was really no place. But now, I think this is rather recent, right?
Yes. So the commission did approve us to have a little souvenir shop. And we're really thankful that we can sell our stuff because it is promotional items. And I just want everybody to be wearing a Harlingen hat. I love that for them.
Awesome. Well, you heard it, guys. Make sure that you come here to this building downtown and get your Harlingen merch. Also, don't forget to check out all those Tu Salud 50 classes. I know that you and Delma did a yoga class. I've done a yoga. I have it on my to-do list to do a Pilates, but there's really everything. They're free at the community center, at the museum. There is the calendar. We heard from Christina last week, and she talked about the calendar that's on the Facebook page with all of the events. So I want to remind everybody to do that.
Yeah, they got to keep going to the classes. The more people that go to classes, the more classes we can have. And of course, the pools are still open, and all of our parks are open for business. So continue to hit up all of our city, facilities that we have.
Awesome. What about anything else going on that you want to share?
I want to tell everybody who went to Freedom Fest that thank you so much for going. We had a wonderful turnout. It was like the park was packed. Everybody did great. And I want to shout out all the employees who worked so hard to do it. You know, from the Parks Department doing the fireworks show to the CVB pulling off. I know Edgar really worked so hard. And Sylvia, we have tons of vendors. We have tons of fun activities to do thanks to that department, and they've just been working so hard, and it shows because the community went out and, you know, everybody was just having the best time. There's a ton of photo opportunities. There's adult beverages as well, so there's something for the whole family, and it's just the best event. It's just, you know, celebrate the 4th of July at Freedom Fest, and so we're thankful to that department to put it on. And I want everybody to follow us on Facebook because we're going to drop more information on another event that's coming soon. But
awesome.
We'll drop it here first.
I love it. I love it. So you heard it here. You're going to hear it here first. And so
keep
it's
watching is what we need to do.
I think people need to realize that there's several city pages that they need to follow. So there's Visit Harlingen,
yes,
which is focused on tourism and all the events that are put on to attract people to come to the valley and specifically to come to Harlingen. And then we have the downtown page and the City of Harlingen page, a Parks and Rec page. And so just like we want people to come to the visitor center here and you know, get merch so that they can support their city and just have pride in their city, we also want them to be looking at these pages so that there's more engagement and then they get an opportunity to know what's going on, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely the easiest way to get in contact with us. You know, just go ahead and send a message or like or comment, and we see them, you know, so it's important for us to be able to communicate in that manner with the citizens as well.
Awesome. Well, lots of stuff happening here in Harlingen.
Yes. And again, we are going to talk with somebody today. It's going to be Duana. And, well, you know, I think we should go ahead and introduce her.
That sounds good.
All right. Let's welcome Duana to the Let's Talk Harlingen.
Now let's get to the good part. Today I'm so excited because we have Donna Campbell, our very own librarian that has been with the City of Harlingen for over 10 years as our special guest.
Welcome, Donna. I mean, you've seen the library go through lots of changes, huh?
Yes. Thank you. I'm honored to be invited. Yes, over 10 years, a lot has happened.
There's, you know, tech upgrades I think you guys have done. And even just like vanity projects, right? So like new air condition, new chairs, things of that nature. You know, it's important to note that you take care of all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I first got to the building, it was pretty much like it was in the mid-90s when it was built.
Yeah.
And there was, you know, this horrible pink wallpaper that was peeling and stained.
Hey, that was in style.
It was in style in the
mid-90s.
Beautiful
in the 90s.
But it was, you know, peeling, and it had like a weird odor to it. And so we just started with you know, one wall at a time, pulling that wallpaper off.
Awesome.
And we've been going up ever since.
Yeah, and now when you go in, I mean, talk about fresh paint in there. Yeah, you've definitely done a lot with it. And I guess me as a mom, right, not as an employee, would like to say thank you for keeping up with like all the technology and all the opportunities from kids of all ages. So, you know, we're thankful as just Harlingen moms, you know. So it's really great to see. But I kind of want to know a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your story and how you got to be in the Harlingen Public Library?
Well, my journey into librarianship actually started when I was a kid. And my mom had 4 kids. We didn't have a lot of money. And what do you do with 4 kids during the summer? You take them to the library because it's free.
That's what you were saying.
And so that's where my journey started. But I've always had a very community and service-minded mindset, and I wanted my life to make an impact, and I want to make a difference. And so I joined the military when I was 18, and I served 8 years in the Navy.
Wow.
And when I got out of the Navy, I worked at Barnes & Noble when I was in college, and I worked with a retired librarian. And she helped me see that the parts of working at the bookstore that I really loved, working with the community and serving the community, were basically librarianships without the sales.
Oh.
That's beautiful. And thank you for your service. And that's what's really cool, I think, about this podcast is that it gives the community an opportunity to really get to know the people that work for the city, because there's so many rock stars that work for the city of Harlingen, and I definitely feel that you are one of them. I didn't even know that you serve, so thank you for your service and for finding your calling and making Harlingen special. I was one of those that went to the library when it first opened. So I remember that it was such a huge improvement from what we had before to this massive building. It seemed so beautiful. It was across the city lake, and you could go, and hang out with your friends. And that's when, you would open the card catalog, look for a book, and actually do research in a different way. Pre-Google years, my kids are always shocked when I let them know that I'm older than Google. But you have made, I would say, our library fun for all ages. And so thank you for everything that you do. Tell us a little bit, I guess, about what do you think has been the most impactful or significant change over the last 10 years that you've been there at the library?
I would say it's a change in how our community uses the library. I mean, when we were kids, we went to the library. It's where you did your homework, and it was the only place to find research.
Right.
Now it's much more of a social hub, and people need us for Wi-Fi. People need us for social engagement. People need to connect with each other. People need to meet with, counselors or, homework help. Or there's a lot of different needs socially that they need us for. And when we've done these renovations, we've really tried to keep that in mind. And we've had to do things like add a lot more outlets so that people can plug in laptops. We've had to beef up our Wi-Fi. We've had to carve out areas for teens. We've had to, carve out areas for the preteens.
Right.
We've added a lot of adult programming because adults are even looking for a way to connect with one another. And so that's been the biggest change, is that we're no longer just a place to go and get books. We're much more of a social hub.
That's really great. I know for a fact that there's something for everybody at the Harlingen Public Library. And there's also, I think you sell some books like for $1 or something when you enter. And I think that's so cool because those are probably the books that I was checking out when I was, when I would go. And I just like, every time I see that, I'm like, you know what, this is great. Like, buy these books. I mean, I'd probably go buy them, but they're like, it's such a cool little, like, I don't know, they have like a little store, right? The Friends of the Library have a little store.
So all the
what proceeds, do they do?
All the proceeds go back to the library, and they fund a lot of our programming.
Oh.
So a lot of the craft programming that people enjoy, the items for those programs were purchased by the Friends of the Library.
That's awesome. And the decor is really neat in there too, because you have like old images of Harlingen, or like, I think there's some sculptures in there as well. So it's important to note that all of it makes it part of the library, right? The old pictures, the old sculptures, all of that is a learning experience.
That's awesome. It is definitely, I've seen a lot of improvements in just over the last few years. But, over the 10 years, knowing that you've made Connection kind of the focus, that's great. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the nonprofits that you work with, not just housed in the library, but all over the community and even with the school districts, how is the library become this huge, community partner?
Well, it comes down to our mission statement. We build bridges where none exist, and we try to connect people with resources. And there are a lot of like-minded organizations that fit into what we're trying to do, and it makes sense for us to work with these groups to better serve our community. One great example is the Easter Seals, and we're a family place library, which means that we support families and early childhood development. And part of that is twice a year we do a series of parenting workshops.
Oh, that's great.
And Easter Seals comes in and they help parents identify early developmental issues. And so a lot of these things that, if the child is having difficulty learning to talk, or they're not developing as quickly as maybe they should, if they're identified right away, they're able to get help. And this is a long-term impact on the child because they're able to learn how to learn better.
At their own pace.
At their own pace, but in a way that makes sense to them. But it has to be identified really fast. And this is something that our partnership with Easter Seal has helped families in the community be able to do.
Wow, I did not know about that program. I mean, that's the earlier the detection, the better for, especially for learning disabilities. And like you said, it helps them learn the way that they learn.
Yes.
Wow. And how often do you have that program?
It's twice a year we do it. It's like, I think, a 6 or 8 week series that we do.
That's really
And
good.
we don't do it during the summer because we've got so many other things going on with the summer.
Yeah.
But usually in the fall and the spring we'll offer it.
And what's your favorite program?
That's like asking you which is your favorite children. Which is your favorite child?
None. I'm just joking.
Don't we have? Don't everybody has their favorite child. They just don't share.
They just don't share.
So
well, I'm
we
going to
want you
share. I'm going to share a little bit about the ones that have really, kind of hit me in the
Impacted
feels.
you?
When I first got to the library, we had nothing for teens. There was no teen programming. There was no teen space. We had absolutely nothing for them. And we started a teen advisory group, which eventually led to a teen room. So now they have their own space, which the Junior League of Harlingen also funded that project. But we have such a thriving group of teens that come in, and they're allowed to volunteer because a lot of times with their school programs they need a certain number of volunteer hours, and so they contribute to the library. They're contributing to their community, and then they also attend fun events that are geared just towards them. And so that's one program that I really love, their engagement. And a lot of times they'll graduate from the teen program and they'll come back and still volunteer as adults. So that's one that I really love. And then I'm also really proud of our adult programming, in the, our crafting program has taken off. We can't keep up with the demand of people that want to attend our adult crafting program because they have so much fun, and they're enjoying socializing with each other. And of course, I can't forget about our kids because we do have a great kids area. And I would say the Family Place Library and our series of workshops is something that is very impactful.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think you kind of touched on it, but I want to talk about the renovation. So thank you to the Junior League of Harlingen and the Harlingen Public Library. It was, I know, a joint effort, but can you expand a little bit about how the program came to be or how the renovation came to be?
Well, as I mentioned, they did the teen renovation in 2019, or it was a little before 2019. And at the time, they had asked us to propose several projects. And I proposed both the children's project and the teen project. And they picked up the teen room because we had nothing for the teens at the time. And they kept us in the back of their mind and remembered that project and circled back around and contacted us when they were ready for their 75th anniversary project. And they are amazing public servants. They care about our community, they care about our kids. And I've enjoyed every minute of working with them, and I really, really appreciate their contributions.
Oh, that's lovely. I know,
nice.
yeah. I mean, it's really
nice in there.
Like you said, it's very impactful for the communities of Harlingen. Everybody goes to the library, and there's no late fees.
There's no late fees.
We got to remind the people, if you have a book from 1997 and you did not turn in the Boxcar Kids.
Confession, Cassandra?
With Nancy Drew. I know for a fact that at my parents' house, I had a yellow Nancy Drew book that I had not turned into a library, and I was shaking. And I took it, I think 10 years later, and they were like, ma'am.
Just keep it.
Ma'am, we don't use, well, okay, fine. I was like, well, I just felt bad, and I found it. And it was, I know, it was a yellow Nancy Drew, and I literally remember. But yeah, right? So you can check out a library book. You just fill out a paper, you get a card, and there's no late fees.
There's no late fees. Now, you have to bring back your Nancy
you have
Drew
to
book,
turn it in.
But
Nancy
as long
Drew,
as you turn the book back in, we'll waive all the late fees.
Yeah.
So it's a good message that, if people are a little bit embarrassed because they've got that 1990s Nancy Drew book, they are welcome to come back. We want them to come back to the library.
And then they have to do a certain amount of volunteer hours.
You have to go to the teen group.
No. We
papers.
always welcome volunteers, but no, you don't have to do volunteer hours. But thanks to our generous commission and mayor, we were able to do away with late fees. And we don't want to punish people because maybe they're a day or two late. And especially if you have kids and those, they'll check out
life gets in the way.
Books per child, and a day or two late, that can really add up.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to punish the families. We want them to keep bringing their kids back to the library. So we are one of the only fine-free libraries in the Valley.
Wow, that's
great.
That.
And it's important because, I know one of the things here, one of the visions of the commission is to make sure that we are an all-inclusive community, right? And that we are trying to meet people where they're at, no matter whatever the circumstances are. And the library plays a huge role in that. And you never know what's happening in a family on why they can't return a book. And they should feel that the library is a safe space all the time, and encourage furthering their love for reading, and not making it a barrier because something happened at home, or there was an illness, or there was some disaster. Who knows? There's so many things happening nowadays that can prevent someone. So to know that that's happening here in the community, I think that is a message that needs to be shared widely, so that way more people go and see all the great things that are happening at the library. I wanted to ask you about, it seems to me that you've really kept up with technology, and we're an evolving society, and we always need to be looking out for what's happening tomorrow, right? And I know that that's something that you have been very successful at. We are now in this digital age where people are listening audible for books, right? They're listening on their iPhones or their tablets or their other electronic devices, or they're reading on their Kindles or their iPads, all these things. I know that the library has opportunities for those types of learners and readers. Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, we actually have two different resources. One is Libby, and those are ebooks and audiobooks that you can download onto your device. And then we also have a new service called Hoopla. And Hoopla has streaming videos, audiobooks and ebooks and comic books. But you are only limited to three a month because of how they charge us. But we've tried to, the digital industry is a little bit of the Wild West right now when it comes to how they'll sell to us. So we try to purchase books through Libby as much as we can, but not everything is available to us, or it may just be not available through Libby, but we may be able to get it through Hoopla. So we're trying to expand our offerings as much as the new media or the new publishing standards will allow us to. And we're trying to, as new services come up, we're constantly looking at them to see what we can add to help service our community a little bit better.
That's fantastic. And so if someone wanted to learn more about that, how do they get information?
They can just contact anybody at the library, and they can set up an account, and they'll get set up. I also wanted to point out another service that we have that a lot of people don't realize we have is people with smaller children. A lot of them pay for ABC Mouse.
Me?
And
what?
And we have ABC Mouse for free if you have a library card.
Yes.
Oh.
And a lot of people don't realize they can access it.
I'm gonna be
for
like,
free.
You need to talk to
Dear
Nana.
ABC Mouse, can I have a refund? I think it's like $99.
So with your
it.
library card, you can log in at home with your ABC Mouse.
Oh, that's really good. So ABC Mouse is free with a library
card.
And I think you also have like a law library or law software.
Yes, we have a legal service kiosk, and that's something that Commissioner Lopez helped us get. Where if they have a court hearing or if they want to do a little bit of research on their own, we have a legal kiosk that they can do that with.
Great.
At no cost.
At no cost.
So basically, everything at the library is at no cost.
Yes.
And
except for the Friends bookstore.
Except for my $1 books that I'm going to buy.
There's a purpose behind it, right? though, right?
To
and
give
it is
back.
To give back and to fundraise for all of the free events and
Right.
things that you have going on at the library. So how do people that are listening or watching find out about everything that's happening at the library?
Well, we put out a monthly events calendar that
Yes.
is very full.
Very detailed.
Very, very full right now. So they can just go to the library Facebook page. We've also been sending it to the city, so I'm not sure if it's being put on the events page or not. We can look
Yeah.
into that.
You put it up.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they
So
can
follow your page.
follow the Facebook page, and we're constantly posting events up.
Yeah, and they can also just drop by the library.
Right, they
and
can
I know
also
like
drop by.
the circulation desk and all the people who work there are very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they are looking for a certain type of book or they're certain for a type of resource, or I want to be able to do this, like they could definitely help there at the library, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody is like just very kind and very welcoming at the library. So congratulations on creating that culture there. So
Thank you. I have amazing staff.
yeah. How many people work there?
there's 24 of us.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is definitely incredible. And I think, have you ever gone to the third floor?
I have not.
There's
been
no
to
third
I mean,
the
not the third floor. What is it? The second floor?
second floor.
I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
It's a special place.
What?
No, the second floor
Yes.
is cool because it's very like historical. And I think that, I mean, there's like a genealogy society also that meets there.
There used to be.
Okay,
But
they don't
there
meet
is a
there?
genealogy bay where we have books on genealogy, and we have an archive room that has a lot of old maps and documents from Harlingen.
I want to do an exhibit of old like plans and maps and stuff like
You
that.
should.
so.
Yeah. Now they meet at the museum.
Yes.
So the association, the society, right?
Right.
The Genealogical
Okay.
Society. But they've got a wealth of information and so many cool just ways of researching history and ancestry and all that great stuff. So yeah, no, I have been to the upstairs.
Third
and
floor.
I was like, not the third floor, but
I've never
It does
been
not
up to the third
exist.
floor.
I don't want to like start a rumor.
I don't know. She doesn't return books. She doesn't
She's gonna
return
be
books. She's on
wanted.
the roof, apparently.
like,
I don't know what else.
But
got
she's
nervous.
still welcome at the library.
By the way, you can have a 10-year-old book.
That's
You can,
so
you can be
fun.
going to the roof, and you can be an employee. And be like, all right, girl, you're back. And your
Right.
kids can get ABC Mouse for free,
So-
even though I didn't know.
I don't know, but I'm envisioning that there's going to be a memo that goes out to the staff that says, beware of Cassandra if she comes.
I hope they put a cute wanted picture at least.
You always look cute. I'm sure it'll be great.
It's going to be like a not off.
So just, before we wrap up, I want to just, if there's any renovations, and we're going through the budget right now at the City Commission, and you always do such a fantastic job advocating for the library. Is there anything that's coming up that is going to improve the aesthetics or provide you additional resources that you want to share?
Well, we're very excited that the children's restroom now is going to be renovated.
Oh, cute.
And we are going to try to figure out a way to put the toddler potty in there also.
Awesome.
So we're working out how that can happen. I know, it's become a little bit of a tourist attraction.
It is. My kids. I didn't want to talk about potties on the podcast.
Well,
But it's
It's
Their
important.
size for them.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
Okay, so at the commission meeting, I'm the only woman on the
Yeah, it's
commission.
kinda hard to
And so I'm
understand.
trying to explain how it's important
that they have toddler sized
Yes,
potties.
and
Yeah.
they're like, well, no, why is that necessary? They don't have them anywhere. I'm like, yes, they do.
Yeah,
And it's
in the
important.
children's area.
And I think,
All of them are married
toddlers
with kids.
and yeah, but apparently they're not doing
The potty
that.
training.
Right. And so I know it's been a while for me, but I felt like I was all alone up there, and trying to advocate for the small potty for the toddlers.
I'm gonna
But
start a petition.
I'm glad, yes, but
Not the wanted girl
I'm glad
with
that you're
the
looking. I'm glad you're looking.
So
at
the
that.
plan is that it's currently 2 very small restrooms, and we're going to try to open it up into one big family restroom with the normal
little
size
kids.
toilet, and then the toddler toilet, and then a more secure changing station.
That's important.
Yeah.
And then we're even looking into they have like these, Koala puts them out that they're like a jump seat that you can put the baby in while mom or dad is taking care of business.
Oh, I
So
love
that,
the
they're
jump
secure
seat.
and they're safe, and it's supposed to be family friendly, and it'll be a little bit bigger because, as anybody
Including all
with
that
children
stuff.
know, it's usually a family affair and everybody goes together.
Right. Well,
Oh,
I'm
we've learned a
confident
lot.
that we're going to be
Yeah.
able to make the bathroom experience at the Children's Center.
Now that we have a petition.
Yes. And so we're excited about that. Any other renovations coming?
We're also hoping to get new carpet. So we're looking into that, and we'll be working with Commission on how much that's going to cost.
And that'll be
Nice.
throughout the entire library.
And that
right?
hopefully that'll be throughout the entire library.
Awesome.
Oh, congratulations, Donna. 10-year anniversary and growing through everything, from top to bottom, it looks like over there. And we're here to support you. I know you got an advocate in Miss Mayor. So,
It's funny because it's been 10 years, but it's gone by so fast. And every time we finish one project, my staff are like, okay, what's next?
Next.
Like they just expected that we finished up the children's. Okay, what are we going to be working on now?
And I will say the library always volunteers at our events.
This is
when
true.
we say, oh, hey, citywide, we need help, library's there. So they're very supportive of being at the events and just doing everything that they can. So thank you.
And here's the thing, like I don't ever have to like pressure them into volunteering. I'm saying, okay, they need help with this, and I have to tell people like, well, somebody has to stay here to run a library.
By the way,
we still have to take care of business.
oh,
Well, we are so happy that you joined us today. It's obvious how much you love our, the city of Harlingen, the community, and the, just the opportunity that you are providing to so many people here. You've changed thousands of lives here in the city of Harlingen, and we are eternally grateful to you. And yes, as Cassandra said, know that you have an advocate in me and the entire commission. We want to ensure that the library continues to thrive and just be that destination for connection that you so eloquently described. So thank you so much. Do you have anything else for Donna, Cassandra?
I don't have any other books pending, but I do want to say thank you. And I want to say we're going to go check out, maybe we'll do like a little like on tour video of Let's Talk Harlingen at the library when you get to your new carpet.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Donna, for being here.
Thank you. And I just want to say, Mayor, I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate the commission and city management support, because we couldn't do what we do without your support.
Well, thank you for that. And that's what we're here for. We are here to be a voice for the community, and the community has spoken loud and clear that they want additional support for the library. So we're happy to do it. Anything that you need, we're going to make sure we'll find a way to get it done, because providing you the resources really provides resources for the community, right? And so glad to have this partnership. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, we hope to have a follow-up, and maybe, one of our viewers mentioned about remote podcast, and maybe we'll go out to the library and do one out there so that way you can show people everything that's happening out there, so that way they're more encouraged, obviously, to come and visit in person.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. And I do want to tell all the community to email us, Let's Talk Harlingen at harlingentx.gov for all of your questions, and to tune in next week for the commission recap meeting and to keep learning about the city departments.
Absolutely. So that wraps up episode 6. We will see you next week.